Good evening. I never know how to start these videos, so I just go with it. Psalms is that's like my favorite book in the Bible. There's not one part of Psalms that doesn't like speak to me and just make me feel safe and when I'm reading it or when I'm in the presence of just being in His Word. But Psalm 73, I'm going to read you the summary of it, and then I'm going to tell you how it speaks to me. Psalm 73 expresses the struggles as the psalmist as he wrestles with the feelings of envy toward the prosperity of the wicked. He observes that despite their wrongdoing, they seem to live carefree while he faces challenges and suffering. However, upon entering the sanctuary of God, he gains perspective. He realizes that the ultimate fate of the wicked is destruction, while those who remain faithful to God are secure. The Psalms conclude that the reaffirmation of the trust in God, recognizing that the true strength and goodness are found in His presence. So, I really resonate with this actually, because up until last year, I would say that I was almost along the lines of the wicked, because I was more worried about materialistic things and, titles and how much I was making and what I had underneath me and, all of these things. If I didn't have these things, then there was no value to me. And if I didn't have this accomplishment, or if I didn't do this, then I wasn't worth anything, because that's what the world and society tells us we're supposed to be. If we don't have these things, then we aren't worth anything, And so I always would compare myself to others and feel like this big. And up until this last year, and walking with God and walking in my spiritual awakening, and now walking in alignment and finding my gifts within myself and the God within me, I now truly realize that the true gift is the peace and the strength that you have once you find God. And I can't put it into words. I really, really can't. It's such a mind-blowing experience when you go from having your mind completely being one way your entire life to being able to completely transform it for the betterment of yourself and for the betterment of those around you, your loved ones. And that's really why I feel so strong and called to share my story and share my testimony, because I feel like there's just so many people out in the world right now battling the same things and just not knowing how to work through it. And because they don't know how to work through it, they continue to just do the same thing on the hamster wheel. That's what I felt I've always done, is been a hamster on a hamster wheel up until this last year. I feel so at peace and at one with just my surroundings and life around me. Anybody that comes into passing with me, I'm literally just, it's such an abundance of a magnitude of joy, like a joyous life to live. And there's just so many out there right now fighting the daily grind. And if I can help people get on this length and this wavelength and find their calling and their purpose and find a sense of peace. I look at people in the eyes when I talk to them, and I can see in their eyes the pain and the hurt and the sorrow. And it just I just want to take that and just hold on to it and just bring light to them, because it's just, I know what that feels like. I know what the darkest of the dark feels like. Oh my gosh, do I know. Woohoo, buddy. I know. And if I could do anything but to hold anybody from having to walk through anything that I've had to walk through, I would lay down my life to prevent that. And so, in the midst of when you're comparing yourself to those that perhaps have more than you, you know, on the exterior, try to turn that around and be happy with what you have, you know, because I guarantee you, most people would kill to be walking in a life of true happiness and love and peace over any material value. But I hope this video resonates, you know, and I'm just gonna keep making them, and you know, we're gonna carry on, press forward. But I hope everybody has a good night's rest, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Night.